from South Ridge Winery. We're a winery located in South Alabama near Laverne. Get a lot of questions throughout the year on how we grow grapes, how we produce our wines. We thought it might be pretty cool if we do a series of videos for YouTube and our Facebook page and so on, just kind of showing how we do things here. This is February here in South Alabama. It is the pruning month. All our fruit from grapes, muscadines, blackberries have to be pruned, and we every year get tons of questions on how we do that. So we'll begin this by where we start every year, and that's with pruning our fruit. We're going to look and I'm going to show you some grapevines that have not been pruned, and then I'll show you some that have, and you'll certainly be able to see a huge difference in the grapevines themselves. I'm going to turn the camera around now so you can see. This is one of our grape vineyards, has not been pruned. You can see all the long growth that's left over from last year. All of this will be cut off back to the main arm you see down low on the wire. Everything up here is going to be removed. We take ore done by hand. All of these are cut. Here are my fingers. We want to leave, you see, if you look close, you'll see there's little buds that come off each side, and that's going to make a new vine this summer. So we want to cut this off and leave 1, 2, about 3 buds on the new growth. Cut this off, and all of this will be removed on all of the vines. This part, the main cordon, is never touched. It's always there. All the new growth comes off of this every year. You can see these vines in certain places a little thinner than others. Had an extremely bad late freeze a couple of years ago, and it's actually killed some of our vines back. We pruned them really well. They've kept them really fertilized and watered. They've made a great comeback. Vines are very, very hardy. They want to grow. They want to do really well each year. Sometimes nature just does some things that we can't stop. There's nothing we can do about a late freeze. These vines had already budded out and were growing, and came that freeze and just really did a lot of damage to them. Last year we had a pretty decent crop off of these grapes. Looks this year we hope to have an even better one. Now you look at this vine, you can see there's just not much there. We lost all the main arms year before last. All this grew last year, and we will take these and we prune them, and will be cut off and laid back down here on this wire and make a new main cordon for this vine to continue to grow. It will grow and size up, and the grape will continue to go. So it's not a total loss. You can see here's another one. Did the same thing. We lost that arm. The vine died back. Pruning is such a necessity with grapes. If we did not prune these grapes, they would just bud. All these buds on all of these vines would produce another vine this summer, and it would be just a very overgrown disaster. It would almost get to a point where you couldn't bring them back into production. We prune them, remove old wood for disease, mainly to manage the vine. It allows us to harvest the fruit. Most of the fruit's all produced down in this region, down here, so it's easier for us to harvest. They grow up between these sets of wires and out the top, and giving us access to the fruit. So pruning, huge, okay, huge job. All hand pruned here. Most everything we do by hand. Takes a lot of time. Spring is fast approaching, but we're gonna make it. We're working hard to grow these grapes to make wine for people. I'll let you go a second. When I come back, I'm going to show you some vines that have already been pruned. We're back now. We're in our muscadine vineyards. I want to give you a shot at some vines that have been pruned. So I'll turn the camera around and you can see, okay, everything's been cut back. You can see across the vineyard. These are done. Do these guys first because they truly take the longest. It is a very, very slow process. You can see again, you got just a couple of buds, maybe 3, 4 buds at the most left on each shoot from last year. They've all been cut off. You can check out the vineyard, okay, all the way up and down. You see they're all cut off, all the vines on the ground. We rake these old vines up. Usually we burn them when it's safe to do so. Just to give you an idea of what they look like. Muscadines grow a little different. They're on a single wire system with a cordon up high. All the growth's allowed to, of course, come off here. They don't hang down to almost the ground. We prune them in the summer some, and we'll do more about that later in a video this summer showing you guys what we do in the summer. But this gives you a good idea of what they look like after they're pruned. You can see how far back they're cut. No, we're not going to kill them. When you prune your muscadines or grapes in the February, early March, you know, a lot of people ask this question, whether they just drip water after where you cut them. Like, terrible. Am I killing them? Am I doing anything, you know, wrong or bad? No, totally normal, totally okay. Not going to kill the vine. It's not going to hurt anything. You're doing what you're supposed to do by pruning them, and they're going to weep some juices out where you cut. It'll stop in a couple of days. No big deal. Okay, got any questions? Feel free to reach out our website, southridgewine.com. You can look, got a comments or a email there. You can reach out to us. Glad to hear anything from anybody, any comments. Again, South Ridge Winery, small winery here in South Alabama near Laverne. Just want to share our life with you a little bit and what we do and the work that we put in to produce these grapes, to make our wines for people to enjoy. Again, questions, please feel free to reach out. Be glad to hear from you guys. See you later.